Let me start out with the interview. Like, saying, when did you start working with this famous star, you know, as a director?
Well, actually, as there's some evidence to this, but the Vogue video that she did, which was fantastic and highly acclaimed, as I'm sure you know, we did 5 years ago, and it was a long project. There were parts of it that the public never saw.
The other one?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is like kind of go slower, and like maybe do a couple more rolls, kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. That's my plan.
The take that was actually kept and shown publicly, it wasn't even necessarily the best one. It's tough to say. There are a lot of things that could go wrong and a lot of things that did go wrong, not necessarily the same things, but often the same. We did a lot of work together then, and then we sort of shelved the whole project. I thought she'd forgotten about it. I had moved on. I mean, I had an ant farm and other things that I was working on, other things. And so it had been 5 years, and we came back together to do this new video, which I think is just fantastic.
Well, I mean, just looking at the video, what do you think was the most difficult part of the shoot?
There's a few incidents, like for example, some beer cans got in the way. You know, we had this fabulous shot of her on this table, and it was perfect. The moment was just right, and then we realized, oh, beer can in the shot. Crazy. You
know, when looking at the outtakes, you know, sometimes I wonder, like, where was the crew with such a famous star? You know, why wasn't there more people to help with the shoot? I mean, I saw her running into the corner. I saw her doing the music.
Yeah.
I saw her, you know, I didn't see a lot of help on the whole thing.
It's true. She likes to do a lot of it herself. She's got as I must say, we share this in common. She's got a control issue. She likes not that it's an issue, not that it's a bad thing, but she likes to have total control over everything. A little Martha Stewart-ish.
But yeah, but even running into a set while the song is still playing. I mean, I found that odd.
Set the music. Well, it might not necessarily be a good idea to bring other people into. When we're in the basement, we're in the basement.
Don't just stand there, let's get to it, let's strike the party, there's nothing to it.
We're working hard, and it's kind of exclusive. There's a very intense symbiotic relationship between us.
Wow. What you looking at? Oh, what you looking at?
What you looking at?
And anybody else might interfere with that.
I see.
It's a legacy as well as a continuing entity almost unto itself. It's like a marriage.
Wannabe? Yes, Lisa. Shall we begin?
Is she the sexual being that everybody thinks she is? Or, you know, in looking at the outtakes, there seems to be some, you know, vulnerability.
Is she a sexual being? Well, I mean, have you seen the footage? You can't deny it. You can't deny it. She's fantastic, and it just flows out of her all over the place.
Yeah, but seriously, how many takes does it take?
Well, you're right. It does take it. Does take a few takes.
I mean, some people have it and some people don't. And looking at the outtakes, like, I almost wonder, like, after seeing all her, you know, and just me being a fan of hers, just wondering, like, if it's just really just camera work or is it her?
But have you seen her? It's not just camera work. She's fabulous.
All right, I mean, just moving on though. I mean, what is the worm?
The worm.
The worm. The interesting silhouette in the video that you call the worm.
Oh, it's a critical part of the video. It's such a good question. I'm so glad you asked. The worm is a very important part of the video, as I'm sure you know. Everybody knows that.
Well,
the problem is we had this fabulous actor from LA who was supposed to be here to do The Worm, and he called in sick that day. I think his goat had a problem.
Oh.
There's something wrong on the farm. He didn't really live in LA, but he'd been there once. In fact, I ended up doing The Worm, and
You were the one in The Worm.
Yeah, I was actually The Worm. It's good because I've been doing yoga now for about 2 weeks.
Oh, excellent. So you had the flexibility to make those moves?
I had the moves.
Was there any point in the video where you just really think you couldn't pull it off?
Yeah, there's a few times. Yeah, there was. I mean, we only did one take, so if you ever saw the outtakes, it could be embarrassing.
Do you ever like want to be in the video yourself?
Well, I think to every director, there's a star inside.
Don't need diamond rings or 18-karat gold.
There's no one in the room. I might take some footage just to check the lighting and stuff.
Right.
I mean, not necessarily to see myself on camera, but there is a star in every director, and there's a director in every star.
Cars that go very fast, you know, they never last, no.
Is it perhaps like a voyeur into your own life?
Possibly. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
Give me